on everybody, and welcome back to another predictions show. These are the predictions for WWE No Mercy 2017. Now, first and foremost, I do have to say apologies. Shamus is not with us right now. He had to attend a family emergency in Burton or somewhere like that, so he couldn't be with us this week, but he will be with us next week, and we're probably going to live stream Raw reactions just to make it up to you guys. But luckily enough, I do have his predictions. Shamus is going to be doing the forfeit next week with the milk. Bloody hell. It's not that bad of a forfeit, actually. It's definitely not the worst forfeit that either me or Shamus have had to go through. But to drink 6 pints of milk in one sitting, I'm not even sure it's possible. Nonetheless, the predictions for No Mercy, I have got Shamus's in. And the actual fact that there is very little difference in our predictions, as I was just looking up at the notes that Shamus sent me there. So if my eyes do stray off a little bit to the right-hand side, it's because I'm looking at Shamus's predictions as well as my own. We didn't do the pre-show because why the fuck would you? It was added. Oh, to put it politely, it was added after I got Shamus's predictions. And actually, I think Shamus may have just indeed texted me to confirm that was his predictions just before I went on air with this. Basically, Shamus hasn't predicted, I'll be honest with you, Shamus has not predicted a lot different to me. So we're going to go with what Shamus said as his predictions, regardless of what the fuck he texted. He knew that he couldn't change his mind from the conversation we had earlier. But to be honest with you, we only have one different prediction. So there is going to be one match that might determine this as far as I'm aware. The forfeit will be to eat a very, very spicy curry made with the spiciest chilies that we can at least get our hands on. That is what we will be doing next Monday for Raw, possibly. And it will be like that, I believe. If not, we'll be doing it on Sunday, and we might be watching football instead, depending on what Shamus's schedule says, because at the moment he is a very busy man. He's got all this stuff going on. Speaking of being busy, I have actually missed out on, I should say, the build-up. You may have noticed there's been a slight drop in activity on the YouTube channel recently. That's because, one, I've been away myself, and two, there's not much to do, is there? But over the next coming weeks and, a little bit of months until WWE comes out, you'll see me finishing off the SmackDown Here Comes the Pain season mode. You'll see me, hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm not even going to lie to you guys, fingers crossed, you'll hopefully see me finishing off the WWE 2K17 career mode, which I have no shame in admitting to you guys. There he fucking is again, Shamus. Which I have no shame in admitting to you guys, I have not enjoyed at all. So I'm looking so forward to the 2K18 career. It seems so much more free. It seems like they got it terribly wrong with 2K15, terribly right with 2K16, but not quite there. Then they tried to go completely a different route in 2K17, fucked it up, and now they're back on track with 2K18. Or so it seems. So without further ado, let's jump right into this. We're gonna go with the Cruiserweight title match first and foremost. Shamus has put down Neville here because why the fuck would WWE give Enzo the title? Oh, I'm going Neville as well. What Shamus's exact reasoning was because why the hell would they give Enzo the title? I'm going Neville as well. I want to, maybe they might give Enzo the title just because of the merchandise and all that involved, but I don't know. I can't see it, man. Surely they're not that stupid. Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks versus Bayley versus Nia Jax versus Emma. Funnily enough, Shamus and I prediction, as I did previously mention, they are mostly the same. In fact, all the same apart from probably one match. But this match was exactly the same prediction. We were even brave enough to say, both of us would say, Alexa Bliss is going to win by pinning Emma. If I'm wrong, then I have egg on my face, and so does Sheamus. So it's a little bit weird. It is a little bit weird and a little bit crazy how this turns out, right? I see Asuka facing off against Alexa Bliss. You know, the perfect foil, if you will, for the would-be champion is Asuka. I don't see Sasha Banks versus Asuka this soon. I think that it would be stupid to do a Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss singles match after you've literally just done the same thing on Raw. Like, I didn't see Raw this past week. I didn't see the go-home show, but I saw enough of the clips on YouTube to know that that was basically a glorified squash match. A returning Bayley. Why do you even have to put Bayley in it? I mean, I get that you want to get her back as soon as possible, but even so, any return from injury momentum or favors she has with the crowd is going to go right out the window after she loses tonight. But then again, they could actually have Bayley win. I don't know, man. It's a bit like the Enzo thing. They could just have Bayley win just because. But one result that me and Shamus both don't see going any other particular way, and that's for damn sure, is Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt. Why this feud is even continuing, I don't know. I've heard rumors that it was because Samoa Joe got injured and Balor was meant to go off against Samoa Joe. Then they just inserted Bray back into it. I don't know, man. I thought this shit was over at SummerSlam. We're almost 6 weeks. God knows how they've managed to you know, have this feud go on for like another almost like 4 or 5 weeks even. But me and Shamus are both going with Finn Balor. Shamus and I are both going again with the Shield, with the 2/3 of the Shield. Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins beating Sheamus and Cesaro. There is room for thought, or food for thought, if you will, that Cesaro and Sheamus may win simply because, simply because it might plant seeds of dissension from Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. But I, would classically save that for the Rumble. Then they can build up to a WrestleMania match against each other, perhaps with a newly heel-turned Dean Ambrose facing off against Seth Rollins, perhaps, even for a title at WrestleMania. So me and Shamus both think that Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose will retain here. Shamus just because, and me because of what I said before, I think it's a bit too early to build dissension within the ranks. John Cena versus Roman Reigns. Sadly, Shamus thinks Roman Reigns is going to win because Roman Reigns always wins. That's literally what he's put. Roman wins lol. I, however, think Roman's going to win, but for a slightly different reason. John Cena's going bye-bye, and you can always revisit this and tie it down at 1-1 at like a Survivor Series or something and lead on to the tiebreaker at WrestleMania when John Cena has perhaps won his 17th world title at the Royal Rumble or whatever. You never know. It's possible. Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman versus Braun Strowman. Every month we go through, it does seem more and more likely that Lesnar will hold that title until WrestleMania. And I think it's likely here. I would like to see Strowman win just because, it's the shock of it. I'm also worried about the Ryback kind of scenario happening with Braun Strowman maybe, but I don't think it's quite that bad. Have Braun lose, but have him get like... I know this is kind of, working against the, don't dominate him kind of thing or don't sour on him kind of thing. But have him get like, if you're going to have him lose, have him get battered. Like have him like literally have to have 1, 2, 3 F5s. You know what I mean? The number of F5s to beat the streak is the number of F5s that it will take to keep Braun Strowman down here. Hell, if you really want to, have it go to a count-out draw, because then you could say that Braun Strowman was the only guy that Brock Lesnar could not put down, and that would be absolutely incredible. Now, I do realize I've left one match out here. Shamus also predicts Brock Lesnar. As I said, the one match we differ on and this is why I left it to last. Shamus thinks Jason Jordan will beat The Miz just because, and I'm going with The Miz to win. Or yeah, he has to win. You know, and I'm playing a risky game here because I know full well that if WWE want The Miz to keep the title, they can always play the DQ and have The Miz keep the title, which means I would lose the predictions and have to eat the spicy curry. But I'm going for a straight-out Miz win. Why? Because rather than launch Jason Jordan into a title win, I think this could possibly be the also slight beginning of a heel turn, frustration, and perhaps leading to the announcement that he wasn't Kurt Angle's son after all. Sorry that these predictions maybe were kind of quick. It's a bit weird doing Shamus's predictions without Shamus. That's perhaps why it was a little bit different. Yeah. So look forward to, like, you know, finishing off the WWE Here Comes the Pain, Shut Your Mouth, and 2K17 series respectively, hopefully. Look forward to some FIFA 18 content. I know some of you love that, some of you don't like it so much. And yeah, it's good to be back, and hopefully you guys all enjoy No Mercy tonight. But personally, if it was like the old days where, you know, my mum used to record it for me with VHS tapes or whatever the fuck, I'd probably fast forward straight through all of it, watch Reigns versus Cena, and watch the Universal title match. I might have an eye on the women's match just because maybe Paige returns. But other than that, I don't know. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Rate, comment, and subscribe for more to the channel. If you haven't already, I'm out. Peace.